Good Thursday morning, everyone, or Thursday afternoon. So TJ here for your 12 p.m. stretch break. It's a 15-minute class, just pretty much just to stretch us out. So starting off, that we're just going to lie onto our back with our feet flat on the ground, and our legs are bent. And I just want you to pull one knee in. And I just want you to hold it there for a few seconds. And then I want you to set it down. And then I want you to pull the other knee in for a few seconds. And then we'll do it one more time for each leg. Pull it in. And then other leg. Now we're going to do the same stretch, but now this time we're going to have our legs fully extended or our body fully extended. And now pulling that knee back in and feeling that stretch a little more. And now let's go to the other side. Again, just holding each stretch for roughly 5 seconds or so. And we're going to do that one more time. And then I'm going to change it again. So just hold for a few seconds. Pull that other knee in, alternating. So now this time, as we pull that knee in, I want you to actually let that knee fall to the opposite side. So if your leg is at 90 degrees and you let it fall to the opposite side of the body. So again, I have my right leg up at 90 degrees. If I let it fall to the left, I'm going to feel that stretch through that right glute or through that right part of my backside or my butt. And then we're going to pull it in. We're going to drop that foot down. We're going to bring the left leg up to 90 degrees. Let that left leg fall towards the right side. And again, it doesn't have to fall all the way to where it's touching the ground, but even if it's like 30 degrees or at least like halfway. But again, feeling that stretch through your left side. Let that leg come back down onto the ground. Bring that right leg up again, 90 degrees. Let it fall to the left. Nice job. Just breathing, feeling that stretch through that glute and through that right oblique. Bring it back towards the center. Let it fall down or set that leg down. Bring that left leg up to 90 degrees and let it fall towards the right. Again, now feeling that stretch through the left side of your butt or your glutes or your hip. And also feeling that stretch through that left oblique or the left side of your stomach. Bring it back to center, set that leg down, and now we're going to turn over onto our side, all right? So we're turning onto our side. So from my shoulder, my hip to my knee, I'm keeping that straight. And I'm going to set both hands out in front of me. So I'm going to open the book with my hands. So I'm just bringing my left hand up, opening wide, feeling that stretch through the chest, and then bringing it down, and then opening it back up. So this is like a little bit of a stretch, but it's a little bit of a mobility thing. So just making sure we are keeping ourselves flexible and loose. Nice job. Give me one more. And then we're going to switch and do the other side. So turn it over. Or in my case, I'm just going to flip so that way you can still see what I'm doing. So again, shoulder, hip, to knee, straight across. Placing my hands on top of each other and out in front of me. I'm going to open that book again, and then I'm going to bring it down. So close the book, open the book, close. Now, if you want to hold that stretch a little longer when you're in that open position, that way you feel the stretch a little more through the chest and through your core, and then close it, and then open, and then close, and give me one more open, and close. All right, so from here, we're still going to maintain the same position that I've asked you to hold. So again, shoulder, hip to knee, straight across, hands out in front of you. Now this time we're going to take that top hand and we're going to swing it around and then swing it back. So it's kind of almost like you're doing like an overhead reach. So just letting that ground or letting that hand kind of follow the ground and then bring it back. And then let it come around again, think overhead reach. Still feeling that stretch through your chest, but now you feel it a little bit through the back as you're in this overhead. So it's kind of like we're lying on our side, and then I swing it around. Give me one more. Nice job. All right, so I'm going to flip over to the other side. Just make sure that you have enough room right behind you. For me, it's a little challenging only because that mirror is in the way. But if I scoot up too far, then you don't see me, or you don't see all of me. All right, so same thing like we did with the whole open and close the book, but this time that top left hand, if you're on your left side, is going to overhead reach, swing it around, feel that openness through the chest, through the back, bring it back to where your hands are touching in front of you, bring it back, overhead reach, swing it around. So just keeping the shoulders stacked on top of each other when we're in this return position. So our return position or our starting position, but then slide that hand overhead, circle it around. We're going to do one more. And again, take your time, feel it out. Nice job. All right, so let's come up into our seated position onto our backside, and we're going to do hip stretch. So lots of things with our spine, lots of things with our hip. All right, so feet flat on the floor, your feet and your knees are shoulder width apart. I want you to let it fall to the left, and I want you to let it fall to the right, to the left, to the right. Now, if we let it fall and we want to hold, we can hold here just to feel that stretch again through our hips. Move it to the other side. We're going to go one more for each side, and then I'm going to change it slightly. Nice job. All right. So now take your left ankle or your left foot, cross it over your right knee, and either lean into it or bring your foot closer to you. So again, a glute stretch. So we're focusing on hips, we're focusing on core, spine, like the twisting of our spine. So leaning into it, feeling that stretch. And now we're going to switch and we're going to do the other side. Right ankle over the left knee and lean into it, or bring your foot closer to you. Alright, so still in the seated position, we're going to do an inner thigh stretch. So we're going to do our butterfly stretch. So the bottoms of your feet are touching, so your feet are lying on its side, and you're just going to lean into it. If you feel like it's a little challenging, if your feet are too close to you, you can always scoot your feet out and lean into it a little more. Probably feels a little more comfortable this way. All right, so I want you to sit up, but I still want you to keep this butterfly position. I want you to put your hands on top of your knees. So one hand on one knee, one hand on the other. And I want you to, again, lean into it, but this time pushing the knees down, again, to what is comfortable to you. And try not to fight, pushing against your knees. Just allow your hands to push down on the knee. I think sometimes it's hard because our body wants to push against. All right, nice job. So legs out in front of you this time with your feet together and your legs together. I want you to reach for your toes. Or if it feels comfortable, you could reach mid-calf. So either reach mid-calf, ankle, or your toes. Feeling that stretch through the back of your hamstrings or the back of your upper thigh. Nice job. Hold it. All right, I want you to release. And now this time we're going to make it a little interesting. So that same sort of figure four that you're going to create with your legs that we did for that glute stretch. So I'm going to go right ankle over left knee, but now I'm going to lean into it again, but I'm reaching for my left toe. Or my right or my left ankle or my left calf. So again, whatever feels comfortable, depending on the flexibility. I want you to come out of that and I want you to set your right leg on the ground and I want you to cross your left ankle over your right knee and now I want you to either reach for your right calf, right ankle, or right toe, unless you're on the opposite side. Nice job. All right, let's come out of that really quick. All right, so just crisscross applesauce. We're going to reach, again, almost like child's pose, but we're feeling that stretch through our low back. And just making sure we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and that we're not holding our breath. I want you to walk your hands over towards the right side. And now I want you to walk your hands over towards the left. Again, feeling that stretch through your low back. But as we walk it to the right or the left, you feel it travel to the right or the left. And then I want you to walk it back towards the center, just holding. All right, so let's finish off with one last stretch. And again, it's the neck one because I always feel like I need it, and I'm sure you do as well. So we're going to just, again, pull on that outside part of our head with our, so right hand is pulling on the left outside part of my head. And I can extend my left hand and again, gently pull. Just feeling that stretch right underneath the left ear. And if you want, you could slightly just tilt the head back. And then I want you to release. And last stretch, but the opposite side. So now my left hand is going to grab the outside part of my right head, extending my right hand so I'm feeling that stretch a little more from my right ear down the side of my neck. And if it helps, just slightly kind of tilt that head back. Again, not pulling too hard. And release. All right, just roll your shoulders for me. Nice job, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. I always do. So for today, I have total body conditioning at 12:30. Otherwise, for tomorrow's class for Friday is circuit. It's a cardio circuit at 7:20. I'll remember. But we also do have our Eat Well, Be Well. The second webinar will be at 8 a.m. All right, so if you're interested, just let me know.